My name is Graham Gorrie, and this video is about the construction of this 10-seater table made out of old bits of timber and about the variety of techniques I had to adopt along the way. I hope you enjoy it. First thing we need is timber, of course. I collect it whenever I can and put it in this woodshed. Not only keeps the cost down, but also lets me allow the materials to have some influence in the project. I love old timber and I want it to be happy. These hoop pine planks look happy. They're going to be the top of the table. They'll clean up nicely. The next thing is to start the frame of the table with the legs. Some old fence post timber and bits and pieces, and because it's going to be a big rectangular table, a long one, I'll put the legs together two at a time for the ends. And I will check the timber in and dowel it and glue it, and I'll show you some pictures of that shortly. And as an extra precaution, I'm also going to put a dirty big screw in each joint. Here's what the two sets of legs look like when they're together. At this point I really feel like I'm getting going. I now need to get the long shafts to connect those two pairs of legs. And after looking around, I finally selected an old rough bit of timber that I put through my homemade saw bench, and it bucked and smoked and got there eventually. But the wood didn't turn out quite straight. One was thicker than the other, but I thought, nah, it's got the strength, I'm going with it. I'm showing you some of the imperfections here, just to let you know that it doesn't matter. I don't care. When I just put the bits together just to have a general look at it, you can see it's clearly going to have the strength. And here's a close-up of just how the shafts are going to go in with the bit that's all checked out, all chiseled by hand because it was fun. You can see here the paper template I made so that when I do the dowel holes, the surfaces will mate together. It's fairly rough, but it's all you need for a project like this, believe me. One thing that is critical though, when you're working in bush conditions and you don't have a flat surface to work on, you want the project to finish up square. So what I did, I glued it and roped it to pull it tight, and then put a board across each pair of legs, and then sighted along and packed up the frame as necessary until the boards were parallel. This lets me know that the thing's going to be square when it's dry and I turn it up the right way. And now for the reinforcements. Corner blocks glued and clamped tight. And you can see with the cross bracing added that the project is really taking shape now. The frame is complete. And with the top planks just laid in position to give me my first glimpse of what the overall project's going to look like. And I'm happy with it. Next step is to clean up all those edges so that the planks fit snugly together. I'm not going to glue them, but I'm going to dowel them just to keep them located. And what I need is a primitive homemade doweling jig to make sure all the holes are the same distance from the top side, so they'll mate nicely. Next, I flip the table upside down so I can put the bottom layer on. This is one of those examples of the materials influencing the project. I had enough timber to make long continuous bits for the top layer, but I wanted a 2-inch thick look. And so what I've done is constructed a frame underneath, picture frame style, so that when it's tipped back up the right way, it'll be 2 inches thick and it'll be strong and fully supported, but without using unnecessary timber, which I don't have. Now here's an important tip. Mark all the joints and surfaces the way they're going to go together, because as you can see here, I flipped everything back the right way up and assembled the lower layer onto the frame. It's so important to make sure that you didn't put things in the wrong order or up the wrong way, because they've all been planed to fit. And here's me grinning while I glue and clamp the top boards into place. Then I will screw part of the way through from underneath so that the screws don't come all the way through and mar the finish. And then by clamping guide boards on, I'll run the circular saw right round the table and even knock the corners off, so that the whole thing is ready in its blank form, all glued and screwed together, ready for the final planing and sanding of the top to make it dead flat and flawless. And underneath even looks nice too. The early results from the planing and sanding are encouraging. It's looking nice. And even the dog agrees. And now it's time to clean up the workshop, put away the tools and put on the first coat of marine varnish, followed by another 3 coats, and then the table's done and in service. The project's completed, the table's made, it's an original. I thoroughly enjoyed making the whole thing. I like making things, and I hope you enjoyed this video. On the way out, I'm just going to show you a few images of some of the other tables. Thank you very much for watching.
We're gonna make a table. 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 Kick that wall. Find some. Find some. Get some screws. Then drill some holes. Some glue. Gonna make a table. Gonna make a table.